So today we have Thailand. So what do you think of Thailand?
What do I think of Thailand? What do you think of Thailand? Well,
I don't know, what do you think of Thailand?
I think Thailand for us, if we went there just as a pure trip to like go and see things, like as a, tour around. A holiday, yeah, like we did in Indonesia. If we went there for a holiday, I think it would have been all right. But we stayed there for 4 months, and we stayed there because we wanted to work on Freedom Strider and other projects and such.
Yeah, and more kind of lived and traveled there,
Yeah,
so...
and that got us kind of like, we got to live and experience a lot more, and in that there was quite a few things that we didn't so much like.
But for starters, we did really like that the food was cheap, and that we did actually find a lot of food there that we did like, which was kind of a contrast to Indonesia. I think Indonesia, well, we were much more inexperienced then to try things, but
yeah.
Also,
we were there for a long time. We were there for a longer time in Thailand.
Yeah, in Thailand. So we did actually find like our favorite foods there that we are trying to recreate here. We had omelette and rice every single day.
Omelette and rice with passion fruit ice slushy.
Yes.
Every single day, and it costed us like, what was it, like £1.50 each?
Under £1. Oh yeah.
£1.50.
Between £1 and £1.50. Yeah.
And we've been trying to recreate it here, just not quite right. But the way they cook rice in Thailand, because they eat rice like we eat bread here in Europe.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You have not tried rice until you go to Thailand and eat rice.
But we did definitely start missing, some of the Western foods. We were craving like chips and steak and pasta and all of those things.
Yeah.
And actually, at some point, we had to start buying, bread. Like we would buy a whole loaf of bread and pretty much munch on it throughout the day. Each of it eats like half a loaf of bread because our digestion just went schizo, basically.
Also, when we were in Bangkok, like towards the end of our trip, we started buying Subway because we wanted Subway.
We were showing considerable signs of wanting to go home and just kind of balance out the Asian with the familiar. Stomach problems, definitely a downside, but food was still really nice and cheap.
What also was cheap was the transport, like throughout Thailand. Like, suntaos were cheap in Chiang Mai if you knew what you were doing and didn't get ripped off, which 9 out of 10 times you didn't. The driver knew what you wanted, got you there for cheap. Also, walking was free, and I think...
Walking was free?
Walking was free. I don't know if anywhere there's walking is not free. No, but walking is free, and I think we walked a lot more than most normal people do, even the locals, because the locals don't really walk. But, we walked to the immigration office, which took us about 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. But we left really early in the morning.
Yeah,
we're not crazy enough to walk in the day.
Yeah.
Now, I am glad that we walked there. We didn't walk back. We got a suntao. We were too tired by that point and it was too hot. But I will not do the whole distance again. Maybe I'll go to the train station and then I'll pick a suntao from there. After the train station, you don't really have pedestrian space.
No, you walk on the side of a motorway.
Well, there is a sidewalk, but it's very creepy.
Speaking of the train station as well, the trains were very cheap. Bangkok to Chiang Mai, cheaper than a flight. And the flights were, alright. We could find cheaper, much cheaper than New Zealand. But compared with Europe again, Europe is king when it comes to budget airlines.
Yeah, a big downside to, Thailand and actually most of Southeast Asia, or all of it, is actually the weather. Like, we as you said before, we like the hot and the sun.
But only for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Only for a holiday type thing. Once you start living there for 4 months with no variety at all, it's just consistent heat and sweat and nothing else.
And if it rains, then you're still wet.
And hot.
the whole layer, wax, dead skin, you have a shower every day.
All of
and
that.
It's all there in Thailand. And for a short time, it's fine. For any longer than a month, really, we are just kind of... We started missing wearing long sleeves.
Yeah.
We were literally daydreaming about it. Oh, I really want to wear a long sleeve top, and I can't. Oh boy.
Or go and see snow or something.
Or go and see snow. Yeah. So yeah, the weather.
Another thing that we loved in Thailand was their markets. I mean, they were so colourful, so bright. They sold clothes, they sold artifacts, they sold food. Everything that you could imagine was in these markets. And although we weren't so keen on haggling, which we did sometimes have to do, on the whole, you know, the prices that they were displaying stuff at, they were pretty reasonable, and we were pretty happy. Even if they were, I guess, overcharging, we were still pretty happy to pay what they were advertising. It wasn't that expensive. So
for us anyway.
Yeah, for us anyway.
Although a downside to all of this is that you keep getting pestered. You know, you you just want to have a look at what they're selling, and then just kind of hook you. You know, keep asking you whether you're okay, what you want. They keep trying to sell it to you.
Yeah.
And with some people that may work, but personally for myself, I don't like being forced or rushed into doing anything. Like, if I want it, I'm gonna get it, type of thing. You know, you don't need to sell it to me. If I have, question, I'll try and ask it. But, it's like just that whole, you kind of have to walk with a purpose to, through the market and kind of glance quickly. But other than that, the Thai people are really, really amazing people. We really enjoyed interacting with them. We quite, I guess, miss being around them a bit. So, so, I'll definitely go back to, enjoy the locals and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And, what we miss here in Europe. The bum shower. Seriously, you don't know how useful it is until you start living without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially ladies. That time of the month known as, your period or menstruating, or let's say, the bum shower is so useful for that time. I've never been so clean as in Thailand.
Honesty.
So that is for Thailand. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have been to Thailand or will be going, then let us know your comments down below if you have any more questions, or you just want to share about your highs and lows in Thailand, then feel free to do so. There are a few more videos like this coming, and obviously future travel videos in 2018, before New Year, whatever.
Yeah.
After New Year. 2018, after New Year. What am I saying? Yeah, so basically subscribe if you want to see those. Press the little bell button if you want to be notified of everything that we do. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.